YouTube, how's it going? Frogs Angels is back, and I have my full NFL playoff predictions for you guys today. I have a Super Bowl prediction as well. We're going through the whole playoff, whole bracket. We also have different predictions for each round of the playoffs on the channel each week. I already have score predictions for wild card round. We have straight up picks for the wild card round with multiple perspectives, different guys from the channel on there. And we have different rankings predictions every single week. We also got Friday night live stream, so lots of good things going on here. Also, follow our Twitter, frogs_angels. It's at the bottom of the bracket there, and there's a link in the description. Some good stuff on there, so give us a follow. That'd be much appreciated. Also, there's a couple links in the beginning of that description of each of our videos, and those are for different challenges. Free to play, playoff pick'ems. You can play along with us, and there's a fantasy challenge, too, for the playoffs. You set your lineup with any players each week, and we'll see who ends up being the winner. So play along with us. Lots of fun, but let's get into this video here. If you watched any of our videos during the week, you know who I picked in the first round. There's no change yet. I got the Ravens over the Chargers. I think all games will be close. I like the Ravens defense a lot. I think it'll be a factor in this game and throughout the playoffs. I got the Texans over the Colts. Originally was going with the Colts, and then as soon as I made that first score predictions video, I changed to the Texans. I'm kind of feeling them with the home field advantage, and I think the difference could be DeAndre Hopkins this time, who was shut down last time against the Colts, and also I think the Texans have the better pass rushers, so I think that should be a factor. I also went with the Cowboys, another toss-up game in Dallas is an edge, and I think the Cowboys have the better defense out of the two here, and I think being at home, I think the offense will play better. I think the defense is better no matter where they're at between the two. Offense, I think it depends on where they're at. Seahawks kind of been a little disappointing away this year, so that was the edge for me. I went with the Cowboys. I think Zeke has a very good game. And Eagles, Bears, I was pretty much riding the Bears the whole way. I'm going to stick with it, even though, Nick Foles, starting to remember last year a little bit, could make it happen. That Eagles defensive front can make it happen, but Soldier Field, such a tough place to play. The Bears defense has been solid. Their only struggles is Trubisky really throwing the ball downfield, which he's been getting better at. But the Eagles a little thin at the DB positions there, so I think they'll their weakness will become their strength in wild card round one. But tough games, literally can get them all wrong, could get them all right, could split them. It's tough week. So the week by week predictions will always change based on what we see. Even if I get 100% of these right, whatever I do on here might not be my picks next week during the weekly pick'ems because, I may be injuries or maybe just something that changed my mind how a team plays. We still got to figure out the identity of each team in the playoffs. We got to figure out the identity of the playoffs this year. How's it going to be? But who those teams play? The obvious Chiefs would play the Ravens, even though they're the 1 seed. They're down here. They would play the Ravens, who are the 4 seed. Patriots would play the Texans. And then the Saints versus the Cowboys and the Rams versus the Bears. So some rematches we see here. First one we'll start with Chiefs versus Ravens. I like the Ravens a lot. If you watch my playoff rankings video, I ranked each team and pretty much told you why I had them where I had them. I like the Ravens a lot. I like their defense. I think them and the Bears have it could go either way. Who has the best defense in football? You can argue either way. I like the Ravens blitz, too. You can know it's coming. Sometimes you don't because they give different disguises, and you can't do anything about it. This is the ultimate team that you can't really game plan on, and I think that was the Eagles last year. Nick Foles, hard to game plan on, didn't have too much film on him because he didn't play the whole year. A tricky offense, good coaching staff, very deep on defense. It sounds like I just explained the Ravens this year, so that could be the edge for the Ravens. The Chiefs, Mahomes is the best player in football. So many weapons on offense that you can game plan against all you want, but they're just too athletic, too freakish to stop. Travis Kelce, Tyreek Hill. If Sammy Watkins can stay on the field, that would be great too. Damian Williams has been great. The offensive line's been great. And then defense, they give up some big plays, some yards, some points, but it could be a little different in the playoffs. They got you could say elite pass rush right now in today's NFL. D4, Justin Houston. They got Chris Jones from the D-line. I like that they have guys from the outside linebacker position and the D-line. So this is probably if it goes this way, this is the toughest game of the second round because I like both these teams. But being in Kansas City, number one, and I think the Chiefs are just that team. No matter who they play, they're going to score on them. I think even though the Ravens played them pretty good last time they played them, I think it'd be a tougher matchup to play a team like the Patriots or the Chargers and the Ravens, but it would still be a tough matchup. I just think even though the Ravens are going to win their games off defense, I think the Chiefs are scoring on you no matter what. So I'm going to go with the Chiefs there. Patriots and Texans. I don't have to think too much about this one. The Texans can win the game, not going to rule them out whatsoever. But I like the Patriots. Another week to prepare, another week for Tom Brady to rest. Some teams I think rest is good. For example, the Patriots, maybe the Saints. Some teams, I don't know if the rest is good. You want to keep the momentum if they got young players, healthy players. I think it's good here, and then it just gives the great coaching staff another week to prepare for a team like the Texans, and I think they'll get the job done at home. On to the Saints and the Cowboys. The Cowboys beat them, it wasn't too long ago, kind of recent. It was in Dallas. Saints offense wasn't on their game. They're also going to get a rest week before this, which I think is good for Drew Brees and company. I think like I said, Zeke I think will be a factor in the Seahawks game. I think he can be in this game, but I think the duo, the best running back duo in football, will be a huge factor throughout this playoff. And the Saints pass rush is kind of sneaky. They're a pretty good pass rush, and really people don't talk about it as much as some of the other top pass rushes. So that could be a factor as well. So I'm going to go with the Saints there. Rams and Bears, they played not too long ago as well. The Bears, maybe it didn't show by the score, but the Bears beat them up pretty darn good. The thing with this one is, it's going to L.A. this time. We're flipping. That could be the difference. The Bears are scary at home. Can still win games away, but a little different. But what I took away from the other game, I know a lot of people took away which defense played better through the end, and the Bears did. Obviously, the Bears have the better defense. But I took that away from the game too. But mainly, it was two quarterbacks that played terrible games. Maybe they're worst of the year, and it was just which quarterback was going to play worse, that team was going to lose. I think Goff played worse in that game. In LA, I would have to go with Goff on this one. So I think the Rams squeak by the Bears on this one. They get their revenge here. So the Saints and the Rams turn things around against teams they lost to just not too long ago. Kansas City versus New England. Tough game. Great coaching staff versus a coaching staff that I believe in this year, but they have hurt their teams in the past. Can they choke again? Maybe they learn from their mistakes. I think the Chargers lost a few weeks ago from the Chiefs. It was a good learning experience because I think they could have put that game away, and since they lost, I think they it popped in their head what could happen. So honestly, it could be a good thing, even though they lost the game. But I think the Chiefs have too much here. I think I'm picking the Chiefs, obviously, but I think the Patriots really got guys like Tom Brady really got to be on their game, which he hasn't been this year. I think he picks up in the playoffs, but consistently week after week beyond the top of his game, I don't know if it can happen. I think he can have a great game, but to keep up with the Chiefs scoring might be tough. They played in a good game, these two teams, earlier in the year, so I think it'll be similar. I think the Chiefs win. Patriots, I am a little worried about them. They can't seem to stop running backs, whether it's in the run game or a pass to the running back. Damian Williams has been very, very good in the passing game, the receiving game out of the backfield and slip screens, all that. They designed it perfectly. Linemen are in perfect place. It works perfectly for the Chiefs offense there. So I like the Chiefs in that game. And then we got the Saints and the Rams. This isn't really too tough for me. I like the Saints. I don't think the Rams can get to the Super Bowl this year. I think they can get to the NFC Championship. They can get to the Super Bowl, but I just don't see it. I think the Bears have a better chance here than the Rams do against the Saints. And that Rams-Bears game could go either way as well. So but so could the first round games too. But I like the Saints here at home, and they get good pressure to Breeze while scoring. Or I think the Saints get good pressure to Goff while scoring enough points against the Rams. So that's the difference there. They can score while getting the pressure to Goff. Goff does struggle a little bit under pressure, but the Saints got to make sure they keep scoring, which is the team that at home here that you wouldn't really doubt in that category. Chiefs-Saints Super Bowl, kind of back and forth in this one. I was really back and forth in the Patriots-Chiefs semifinal too. So it is a tough road here for the Chiefs. You got to play the Ravens, who I like a lot, then play the Patriots. Then you got to get here and beat the Saints. So, when I do my when I would do my bracket for the NCAA tourney, I kind of look at the road they have to go through, and I kind of doubt the team if they have a tough road. But I think it's different here in the NFL. But it does scare me a little bit. But I'm going to go with the Chiefs here. That's a tough road ahead, and yeah, kind of going back to what I talked about in the rankings. Got the same graphic here for you guys because I'm sticking with this original feeling. Starting to doubt them because of the road a little bit, but it's having a great quarterback and having a great pass rush is super, super important, and they have both, but that's not what I'm getting at here. You also have to stop both. You also have to stop both to be able to obviously stop the other team from being great. I think they have the O-line to stop other teams' pass rush, and they have the quarterback that even if he's under pressure, I think can make big time. It seems like he makes his best plays when he's under pressure, but the offense line's that good where he shouldn't be under too much pressure all the time, which would take away from the turnovers. It's just the Chiefs pretty much got the total package. Besides, deep in the secondary and the linebackers, could be the problem, but I'm kind of banking on it being an offensive playoff. Some years we see it's the offensive teams in it. Sometimes we see it's the defensive teams, mixture. I think the offensive teams will go crazy in the playoffs this year. I think they're ready to game plan. I think it's going to be hard for the good defenses to stop teams like this. And the Chiefs, they don't seem to turn the ball over a lot. When they do, though, it does hurt them. So they got to take care of the ball. I think the coaching staff has learned from their mistakes. But the fact that they have that MVP caliber quarterback, not just a good quarterback, an MVP caliber quarterback, and they got the pass rushers, they got very good ones there coming from the backer position and the D-line position. They have the O-line to stop other pass rushers so their quarterback could be good, and they can slow down other quarterbacks, again, with their pass rush. It all makes sense to me. It doesn't always plan out like this. Their road is tough. I do like the Ravens. I like the Chargers, who the Ravens are playing in the first round. I think either of those teams can make a run at the Super Bowl. It's a shame that both those teams have to play. I like the Ravens a lot, but I don't know if they'll be able to make it with a rookie quarterback, and I think it'll be more scoring teams will get there. Hard to doubt the Patriots coaching staff. Hard to doubt, like I said, the Ravens defense. Hard to doubt the Bears defense. Hard to doubt Drew Brees and the Saints. Like I said, the running back duo could be the difference in this game. And the Saints' sneaky pass rush. The Saints very well win that Super Bowl. But bottom line, what I talked about with the Chiefs, and I don't know if teams can keep up scoring with them. That's just really it. Other teams I think have a chance. I think the Colts and the Texans can win a game in the playoffs here. I don't see them winning two. The Chargers, like I said, they could be a Super Bowl team. It's a shame they got to play the Ravens first round. Ravens could be a Super Bowl team. They may have to play the Chiefs. They're kind of hoping that the Colts win, so the Colts play the Chiefs. They play the Patriots. Maybe it matchups a little better. They're going to have to play the Chiefs at some point anyways. Rams, like I said, I don't know if I see them getting by the NFC Championship, but very good offense. You have the best defensive player in football, so you can't rule them out. I don't see the Cowboys and the Seahawks winning more than one game. I guess the Cowboys can win more. They can win two maybe. Bears defense, the Bears can do it. I'm not going to rule out the Bears getting to the Super Bowl. It's just hard to see the defense playing because even the elite defenses of the year, the Bears, the Ravens, whatever other defenses that were close, Cowboys, some teams that aren't in the playoffs, you can consider, we'll just talk about the Bears and the Ravens. You consider them elite defense. Pretty sure everybody out there does. But did they play elite every single week of the year or even take 3-4 weeks in a row? Did they play elite all of those games in a row? They did not. Elite defenses have their days where they were just good. And if that happens, the Bears, that might not be enough. It might not be. So I'm not saying it's not going to be, but I can't rule them out. You can't even rule out the Eagles, with Nick Foles. They're just very thin at depth, the defensive side of the ball there. Last year, they were super deep. That was a huge success. That was a reason why they won the Super Bowl. Not the one and only reason, but a big reason. Coaching, Nick Foles, other parts of it. We'll see, though. We will see. Should be a fun playoff week. Got to learn that identity of the playoffs and these teams this year. Lack of experience teams, will they struggle or will they be okay? How's it going to be? So we're going to learn this week. Next week, should be back with accurate predictions. Hopefully we're accurate this week. Don't forget to join our playoff pick'ems and our playoff fantasy challenge. There's 2 links at the top of the description. Check those out. Free to play. Play along against us. That's going to do it, though. Subscriber goals, 10K subs. Please click that button. We're almost there. We're getting close. Thanks to everyone out there. Help us get there if you haven't clicked that button yet. Clicking the like button, we much appreciated. That's going to do it for this one. Thanks for everyone's support. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.